This week, the sky is saying, get big, get bold, but maybe let's check the mirror for any retrograde lipstick smudges before you hit the celestial stage. Yes, we're talking about the main character moment meets Mercury retrograde this Leo season. I'm going to get into all of that and what it means for you and how you can work with it instead of having it work you over on this week's episode of Cosmic RX Radio.
Welcome to Cosmic RX Radio, a podcast that gives you real-life tools of spiritual empowerment and pure hype. I'm your host and intuitive guide, MADI Murphy. I'll be serving up your weekly energy readings, cosmic boss interviews, and astro inspiration. Are you ready to love yourself more, manifest your dream life, and own your magic? Let's jump in.
This is your energy report. I am your girl. I am your high vibe hype woman. I am your high vibe hope woman. I hope at this stage, this juncture, a crossroads of humanity. And I'm also your cosmic consultant. And I'm going to break down everything going on in the cosmos for the next week so we can know how to really align with it and use it to activate and tap into our highest and hottest good. I'm Maddie Murphy. Didn't mean to say my name. She's that girl, but also where is her brain? I don't know. I'm so hyper. I had her ground down like 15 times before starting this episode, because if you've been here a minute, you know, if you know, you know, this is like we're getting into book launch week. This is my last full week without having my book baby out in the world. I'm like super pregnant. The baby is about to come, but I'm like, I'm still nesting. Still got my Virgo to-do list, but also really excited. And I just wanted to, before I get into this week's episode, really a lot of stuff going on. We have a new moon in Leo. We have some very rare, interesting astrology with Saturn. We have some Pluto oppositions to the sun. Yikes. But before we do that, my Virgo announcements, and even before I get into the Virgo announcements, I just wanted to have a Virgo thank you. You know, I cannot believe that I got the opportunity to write a book. I have my Chiron and Gemini in the 12th house. So if anyone knows what that means, if you know, you know, the girls who get it, get it. So the idea that like there's so much I've wanted to tell to the world, all these tools and tips and tricks that I've gathered in my many, many years of working on myself and trying to align myself to my truth, to my purpose, to my most authentic, brilliant expression, and just really live a life that feels really like mine, right? And feels really curated by me, but also like created through me and with the universe, where I can live in a place of trust and allowing and ease instead of, stress, strain, struggle, strife. And I always wanted to, I love to yap on here with the weekly astrology, but there's so much more information I have. And it's stuff I do with either my private mentees or a little bit in my Cosmic Boss program. And I'm just so excited. It's because of all of you listening to this podcast, follow me on Instagram, liking, sharing the posts, and just being here. I'm not only allowed a publisher to be like, yes, okay, this girl can do this, but also you just validated for me that this way of using astrology, beyond horoscopes and beyond memes, but to actually like live your most fulfilled true life and also help other people do that and live in this space where we're simultaneously having our personal evolution, but also in the larger landscape of a collective revolution and wanting to show up really clear for both of those things. You doing that and you telling me that, yeah, I want more information like this. I'm down, giddy up. It's just something that I could cry. I have cried. I've cried so much over this because I wouldn't be here without you. And it's so cool to know that a lot of people might not get it right now, but you do. And that's all that matters. So in the Cosmic Zone, available for pre-order, it is an astrology book, but it's like cloaked as just any book you can read where you want a little help on your journey. Every chapter is a zodiac key, but I really tried to leave a lot of the language and jargon that's confusing about astrology. I tried to leave that at the door. So every chapter is like part permission slip, part pep talk, part practical magic of how not just to understand what this astrological key in your chart, what it means for you, how to unlock it, when to push forward with it, when to pull back with it. Yes, there's a little light shadow work in the book, but every chapter has journal prompts, a mindset practice, a spiritual ritual, an embodiment, actionable step. So you could really start to like test out the flavor of what these zodiac signs mean for you and how they want to align you. Align you, right? Like be in alignment with that cosmic assignment. I find so much astrology can kind of accidentally define and limit you when you read about yourself or your sign or what's going on in your chart. And I'll be sharing some fun ways of working with this book, especially if you are day one on this journey, or if you're more advanced, there's like a whole spectrum. So yeah, get it for you, get one for your sister who's a little, maybe like a spiritual seeker, get it for your cosmically curious coworker, you get it for your bad bitch boss, but who might need just a reminder of like, hey babe, let's keep that heart open. Let's keep the heart open to magic and miracles. Anyways, so yeah, the book comes out July 29th and pre-orders just, they mean a thing. And it's like we're in this world, not of this world. So I don't always play by all of the rules, especially when it comes to like corporate environments, capitalism, extractive capitalism. But sometimes it's fun to play certain games in a moment and not get too involved in them. But this feeling of like, oh, okay, the publisher says that helps. Great. That means that more people will get this book. If the pre-orders are high, that means that sellers take notice and maybe even some of those like bestseller list roundup. I don't think I'd ever get on that as a first time author, but I just mean that like it would mean a lot to me to have the day one of this baby coming out on July 29th, my dad's birthday, 6 months from my mom's birthday, to feel like she's having a moment. Okay, let's show the world how the cosmic baddies do and how we show up for each other. Okay. Also, you get those pre-order bonuses, which are so delicious, which are so amazing. Cosmic downloads, supercharged special wallpapers having to do with your zodiac sign for your phone. And of course, if you're in the New York City area or you're on Long Island, in Long Island, on Long Island, do we ever know what to say? Mark your calendars. New York City, Manhattan, August 12th, we are celebrating this launch in style with Sass and Class at Rocco's, which is one of the coolest, like vibiest, chicest, kind of like a sports bar, but with like just like the aesthetics on lock. That's near Washington Square Park. Again, one of my favorite areas of the city, very close to where my mom and dad met and grew up and fell in love and had their own bohemian New York City love story. And we're going to be having giveaways for readings with me, with tarot readings with Om Shanti. We're going to be having all kinds of fun activations, meet and greet. It's a high vibe, happy hour, y'all. And then Montauk, if you're in the area, if you're out east, if you're on Long Island, we are kicking off on the day the book comes out. My dad and his friends used to live out here, work out here, and every year they had a Leo party. And if astrology isn't real, then why did his daughter get into a whole career basically just trying to recreate Leo party vibes every day? And we're going to be having an outdoor, beautiful, like kind of like a family picnic. We have a celebrity chef who's a dear friend of mine and a cosmic baddie making zodiac themed grazing boards for us, photo booths for that main character moment. We're going to be dancing by the ocean. It's going to be like mystical summer camp meets like VIP gifting vibes. And if you're around, it's free. Please do not miss it. Come. Okay, so that's where I'm going to leave the Virgo announcements because we are well into this podcast. So before I get into talking about the new moon in Leo, let's talk about the moon report. Let's talk about your emotional weather forecast. As a reminder, understanding where the moon is throughout the week can help us understand our inner landscape, what we're going to be feeling, and just, how we can stay in that most aligned, clear, grounded, regulated version of ourselves so we can meet whatever we need to with a good energy and also just like enjoy our freaking lives because hello, goodbye. Monday, July 21st to Tuesday, July 22nd, about 12:26 p.m. East Coast time, we're at Gemini moon energy. So this means let's journal it out. Let's text your bestie. Let's get curious. Let's just actually like enjoy a little multitask or a yap. Maybe that feels like off track, but that yap might unlock something for you. Or just set aside a little time. Go scroll some like memes, guilt free. I know like we talk about like get off the phone. And it's like, yes, duh, obviously. My biggest goal this summer is to give myself and my children like a 90s summer where we're just like not on phones or screens at all, or not a lot. But the truth of the matter is that our phone is also a magical manifestation portal. And sometimes we just need a little high vibe humor or a little hype. Okay. So if you set aside some intentional time to do that, notice what happens. Notice how you feel with that. Things we're going to avoid. We're going to avoid the overthinking, the mindless gossip, the mindless scrolling. Notice mindless. Gemini does best when it's mindful, right? Anything that causes you to have information overload or feeling spread thin is going to feel like, ooh, the anxiety, okay? And not in the cool dochi song way, just in a bad, overwhelming way. Your brain is a sponge, but like even sponges need a break, right? Put that sponge outside, fresh air. Tuesday, July 23rd to Wednesday, July 24th, we have a Cancer moon. So we're nourishing ourselves. We're coming home to yourself. Think comfort food, home spa night, snuggling with your pet, reconnecting with your family or chosen family, and really like avoid on these days taking anything too personally. Or this is a big one, especially because Mercury is retrograde, letting nostalgia keep you stuck. We are not looking in the rear view right now. We are looking forward, baby. Don't look back. You're not going this way. I have a sign by my desk that says that, okay? Because I'm a Cancer rising. It can be really easy for me to get sticky, icky with nostalgia. And again, if you need to cry, it's okay to feel it all. Oh my God, there's so much happening right now that even the baddest bitches I know who are like never cry, been crying a lot. I think it's because humanity, we're going through these crazy upgrades right now. There's so much intensely horrific things happening out there that we're seeing in the news. And we're also like grieving a lot, but we're also grateful. It's very interesting, right? So the feeling is important, but we're also not going to let the feelings like run the show and run our mind, right? Mindful, emotionful, we're doing it all, but being aware of it. Wednesday, July 24th, 3:30 p.m. into Friday, July 26th, we go into the Leo moon. So we'll talk about this more of the Leo new moon, what this means symbolically and spiritually for you. But on a self-care level, let's talk dress up. Let's play. Let's create. Let's bust out some fringe. Let's put on some sequins. Let's sing out loud. Yes, like karaoke counts as self-care this week. Let your inner child run the show in a healthy way. Let's like put on some face jams. Let's make some beautiful mural with sidewalk chalk. Like remind your neighborhood that like love is real, magic is real. Like put some cute notes everywhere with that. Celebrate your wins, big and small. Like pop some bubbly, alcoholic or non-alcoholic, just because like, damn, you're fucking doing it and you didn't let life get you down. And then the thing we're going to avoid during this time is comparing yourself, dimming your light. Like, the sun doesn't apologize for shining, neither should you. Do not diminish with Mercury retrograde in Leo. Things might come up where maybe you're feeling a little like doubt around yourself, your self worth. Honey, As long as you're not hurting or harming anyone, take up mother effing space. And then we're going to round out the weekend on Sunday, July 27th with the Virgo moon. So self care, I want you to pick one tiny corner of your life, just one junk drawer, your apps on your phone, your Spotify account, or, one, I don't know what, the trunk of your car, and just get grounded in a simple ritual to declutter that and organize it so you can feel empowered and clear and intentional as you head into your week. It is always crazy to me what happens when I do that. And I'm a Virgo sun, Mercury Virgo, so it checks out, but give it a try, okay? But we're going to avoid taking on way more. Like just because you did one drawer doesn't mean you're going to do your whole house now. We're also going to avoid perfectionism spirals or nitpicking your beautiful ass self. Remember, progress over perfection always, in all ways. You're doing great. You're not meant to do it all, honey. And so let's talk about the planetary planning of the main events of the week. So the big one, the big news, July 22nd till August 22nd, the sun moves into Leo. So happy birthday, happy solar return season to my lovely Leos, my playful performers, my cosmic creatrixes of the zodiac. You teach us so much. So happy birthday to you. And this part of the year for all of us is we get to tap into that Leo energy. So if you're like me, where I don't have any planets or big placements in Leo, but it's my second house, so it's very important. This is a great time to really cosplay, right? To put on that costume, that cosmic costume, that archetypal energy of Leo and really stretch into it. Give yourself permission to really be like Leo, be a Leo. What would the Leo in you do? How would she act? How would she react? How would she talk? How would she dress? How would she carry herself? And the themes, passion, playtime, maybe even like some, I don't know, powerful, sexy, romantic vibes. Leo season is the cosmic permission slip to get loud, to get proud, to put your talents on mother effing display. But of course, plot twist, for the first few weeks, Mercury is retrograde. So I just want us to think about we are avoiding the drama, and we are thinking about refining our gifts and maybe going through any kind of reassessing of maybe a rebrand of ourselves. But we're also really getting ready to show up and share our voice, polish those pitches, fine tune your offerings, letting your art, getting it ready so you can show up really confidently, not chaotically, or maybe a little bit healthy mix of both when Mercury goes direct. So July 23rd, I just want to have everyone heads up, circle on the calendar. Venus and Mars will be square. Venus and Gemini and, Mars and Virgo, there might be a little tension here. It could be a good day, something could come to a head, but I just want us to be really kind and compassionate, especially people we love. I want you to choose solutions over being snarky. If your relationships feel stuck, shake up the script, maybe do some intentional question asking. I love those card decks where you can go a little deeper and have conversation starters. If you're single, maybe slide to a new DM or try some new lines on someone. There's sort of a mutability moment happening, which means it's the perfect time to shape shift, to try something or someone new and do it a little differently. Also, before I get into the new moon in Leo, the other energy that I want you to kind of understand in that Venus Mars square is it's a culmination of something. In the Gemini and Virgo part of our chart are pushing us towards maybe seeing something differently or pointing an arrow to maybe what we want in love and in our relationships. So just pay attention, because then we go into the next day on July 24th is the new moon in Leo. And as we know, the new moon in Leo is always the new moon for getting back into your heart. Leo rules the heart and the spine. And the new moon in Leo is really always, I love it. It's probably my favorite new moon of the year, because even if the astrology is crazy or weird or intense, it's it's your biggest task, your biggest to-do list is to get in touch with your heart. And your heart always has a gift for you. And I love the new moon in Leo too, because I always like to say, this is not the time to set intentions around being organized or saving money. It's oh my God, I hear all the Virgo and the earth sign Capricorn culture there in myself. The new moon in Leo to me is just set an intention that feels sexy, that feels fun, that feels like sunshine, that feels like coconut oil on your skin after you jump in the ocean and then you're laying out and getting all toasty, hopefully also with some other SPF protective elements at play. But it's a really fun new moon, right? Now, in addition to that, we have Sun is going to be trining Saturn. This has not, and Sun is going to be trining Neptune. The Sun in Leo hasn't trined Saturn in Aries in many moons, and the Sun is trining Neptune in Aries. That hasn't happened in many moons either. So I just want you to think about it. It's there's sort of a manifestation meets discipline energy coming up. There is a universe is saying, take this green light, you're ready, but you have got to be the one to take the first micro step. No one can do that. Take responsibility, take accountability in the best, sexiest way. It is hot to take radical responsibility over your life, right? And there's going to be maybe some downloads coming through, some opportunities to see what are miracles coming through, inspiration, bold new opportunities, kismet that come out of nowhere, perhaps, this weird and wild opportunities that come up might be total portal wormhole into a new timeline for you. And then on top of that, we have, again, on new moon in Leo, on that same day, all this is going on at 3:11 p.m. East Coast time. This is your big, one new moon in Leo for the year, a cosmic reset. So I want to think about themes in your life: romance, heart energy, like I said, passion, creativity, inner child energy, and the V word, visibility. Yes, letting yourself be seen. The Leo chapter in my book is all about visibility and being seen, because I know it's one of the hardest things I had to work through in life. Always still working on it. I'm in a progressed Leo moon right now. So it's interesting as I promote this book, it's I feel all of the stickiness around that, but also all of the gifts that come out of that when I do it. And I would love for you to think about some embodied magical practices under this new moon, in addition to doing your intention work, in addition to maybe coming into our community and doing a live call with me, where we'll tap into this, new moon and Leo magic. I want you to make a list of the places online or IRL where you're ready to be a little bit braver about showing up as your real radiant self, right? Is it posting your art? Is it wearing a bolder outfit? Is it, just speaking your truth a little bit more about what you need in your relationships? And this new moon is like your golden hour. It's a peak time to think about that, to write it out, to plant those seeds. And maybe even like, again, with that Saturn energy, take one little like actionable step towards that and trust that the right people, the right audience, right? The right love, the right opportunities are not only going to find your light, but appreciate your light, adore your light, be like, look how effing grateful I am that I get to be in this person's light. And a practice from my book that I want to share with you is I talk about like, and I'm not the first person to talk about this, but it's a practice that's really done a lot for me, especially over the past decade, is like when I'm doing something that feels big and bold and that takes courage, right? That tapping into the heart center, living from the French word core of the heart, to be that lion-hearted self. It's hard. It takes bravery. It takes courage. It's not for the faint of heart. It's why, heart work is called warrior work. And I like to say that hard work leads to the heart work, right? And like, so there's a thing that you're feeling you want to do, but it feels challenging. Take my tip from the book and think about you only have to ask two people their opinions. What do two people on the whole entire planet care about what this next move you're going to make is? And that is your 8-year-old self and your 88-year-old self, right? And I love it because, like, me and the number 8, we have a whole vibe going on. And I want you to think about, like, would my inner child think this was so effing dope that I get to do this and so cool and such a fun opportunity and like, yeehaw, giddy up and like, let's effing go. As my niece would say, E-I-E-I-O, the ultimate party yell. And also would my 88-year-old self be like, damn, I'm so proud I went for it. I'm so happy I just went for it. I'm so happy I wore that skimpy ass bikini because damn, I was looking fine. I'm so happy I went on that adventure. I'm so happy I went outside of my comfort zone. I'm so happy I lived my life. I squeezed the effing juice out of this one true life. Okay. So things to think about under this Leo new moon. And again, if you want more information on how to work with this, come join our community. I'm going to be doing a live new moon call. I'm going to be sharing some more journal prompts and ways to work with this, how to manifest with this new moon, and of course, some rituals to like keep going with the energy to really activate it. And like rituals, why are they important? They focus your energy, they focus your intentions. And when you do that, your manifestations, I tend to find, happen faster and they happen in a more sustainable way because you're already starting the process of being and embodying the person you're trying to become and call in, right? So, and also if you want more messages of what this means for your particular chart, where's Leo in your chart? What is it telling you? I always do bonus podcast episodes on the platform for all subscribers. So I will be doing a breakdown of what does this new moon in Leo mean for you and your sign, okay? And no matter what you do, just remember, play, celebrate, and don't be afraid to look like a silly bitch. The world needs you in your unapologetic, radical joy now more than ever. And the last thing I just want to say for the week is on the day after the new moon, just so you can prepare, we're going to have the Sun Pluto opposition. Yikes, zoinks. So I was going to say, right? Sun in Leo, Pluto in Aquarius, watch out for the power plays. Watch out for someone trying to like manipulate you, keep you small. Like it's not, again, it's something we can zoom right over if we know that this is just miss us with this bullshit. If you're not prepared, if you're not aware, this might like derail you, but don't, right? And also like just something to think about, don't overshare your magic with the wrong crowd. Trust your intuition on that. I find like I definitely do like to, like just share the blueprint with my inner circle and then share the final product, right? With everyone, because people be casting weird energy out there. And it's there's so many reasons, like scientifically, even from a neuroscience standpoint, why it's just better to keep certain things, like tell your inner circle, but don't talk about your dreams too much to larger audiences. It can trick your brain into thinking you've done it already. It invites in feedback and people's, as my dad would say, stinking thinking, and that's not welcome here. Or as Glennon Doyle would say, like fear onto your island. So I just want to give you permission. Yeah, it's like if someone can't help you and support you or offer you advice, or they haven't gone down the road that you're going down, why even tell them? Just bring them the final product and be like, boom, I wrote a book. Don't talk about it, be about it. Okay. And yeah, like all of Leo season is about being your own cheerleader, being your own hype person, walking and embodying that place of like regal, radiant self love to such a point that it's like, yeah, you're walking around with that invisible crown, and that light that comes off of you is so magnetic that you just can't help but to attract things from that deep heart place to you. Okay. So Leo season only comes once a year. Now it's here. Now it's here. Don't waste it playing small. Show up, show out for your real ass self. And if you need the ultimate roadmap to that real ass self, to living out loud, pre-order in the Cosmic Zone before those bonuses vanish, baby. The party and the practical magic is just getting started. I definitely hope to catch you next week under the Cosmic Spotlight. Let me know if you're watching this on YouTube. Comment below what's coming up for you now. Until next week, I am wrapping you in so much love and so much hype. And I'm sending you, especially under this new moon, some beautiful wishes, visualizations, prayers, and blessings for those big, fat, juicy checks and hot, fulfilling, toe curling, sizzling, spicy, consensual, erotic sex, baby. Until next week, so much love. Mwah. Do you love getting your Cosmic RX for the week here and want more? Make sure to sign up for our premium subscription so you can get exclusive access to bonus podcast episodes, all of my astrology info for the month ahead, and live new and full moon calls to help you manifest your dream life with an intentional international community of other cosmic baddies. Sign up through our link in show notes.
Thank you so much for listening to this episode. If you want to know more about Cosmic RX, head on over to thecosmicrx.com. And if you really love this show, I'd love it if you left a rating and review on Apple Podcasts or wherever you listen to podcasts. I super love hearing from you and reading your reviews. All right, you cosmic baddie, tune in next week. And until then, remember, love yourself fully, work your magic, and take no shit.